You guys hungry?
Ow, it hurts that you're not using smarter tools to manage your business. You work too hard to work this hard. Collecting receipts? Is it the 80s? Does anybody have a mixtape I can borrow? You should be chasing pets, not chasing payments. QuickBooks gives you a sweet set of business tools that'll do all the hard work for you. You may groom corgis, but you don't have to work like a dog.
You earned it. We're here to make sure you get it.
It's time to get yours.
QuickBooks, backing you.
Hey, Daryl, would you choose the network rated #1 in the nation by the experts or the one awarded by the people? Correct. You don't have to choose, because,
Oh! Switch to the network awarded by RootMetrics and JD Power. Buy one of our best phones, get one on us.
Oh no! Aliens kidnapped my friends. I'm going to get them back.
No way.
Emmett Brakowski, you're the reason I started wearing vests. I don't get it. Let's go find your friends. Only the toughest are gonna get out of there alive.
Who's a good boy? Yes, you are.
The Lego Movie 2, rated PG. You can experience it in IMAX.
There's something for everyone at Golden Corral. Let's talk about their wings. Get them sweet, spicy, even boneless. Get as much as you want for one low price. It's Wingfest for a limited time, only at Golden Corral.
Don't go down. Oh, no. Balloon your car. Call me.
A flyby ballooning. Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Now you pick for $6 at Burger King. Choose either the $6 King Box with a flame grilled Whopper, fries, a drink, and 2 cookies. Or choose from the 2 for $6 mix or match deal. Make your best pick for $6. Only at Burger King.
Bringing my Giovanni Rana pasta to everyone in America wasn't so easy. So I made it easy for America to find me in the refrigerated section. Giovanni Rana pasta. Share what's inside.
with Brady, it's always been this thing where it felt like you were force-feeding someone something you like, and they're looking at you with in their mouth going, and you're like, I know you like it. I know you like it. And they're like, and then this last Super Bowl, they're like, fine, you got me.
This is as good a list as you're going to get. Number 9.
How is that possibly right?
38 in the box. That has to be better than 7.
Wrong.
5 yards, we win the game. He's got the best number, 4 rings.
He's got number 2.
Has to be the number 1. Laughable. There is no question.
Number 1.
That's epic.
I think it's good that we're finally celebrating that poor unsung hero, Tom frickin' Brady.
Nobody ever talks about Tommy.
You're the greatest quarterback in the world, man.
I'm just glad that Tom Brady is finally getting some recognition.
He's the only quarterback with 5 titles to his name.
It's like pity.
Best ever. Ever.
Everyone is pitying Thomas. You need to make him feel better about his accomplishments on the field.
Tom Brady right on the button with that one.
Because he's so physically unattractive.
Tom Brady, he's the one all the chicks like, right?
Mr. Dreamboat himself. Tom Brady takes his helmet off and he shakes his head and he's ready for a photo shoot.
Even as a guy, I think it's fair to say he's a pretty man.
He's the perfect guy, right? Yeah! I tell my kids all the time, you don't want to grow up and be like Daddy. You want to grow up and be like Tom Brady.
Go put together a drive, fellas. We'll be right in.
On any given Sunday, the New England Patriots have a chance thanks to one Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
It's all about winning, all right?
How do you pick a top 10 of Tom Brady games? I mean, where do you begin? Where do you end?
Think about big moments. He's been the big quarterback that's played in all of those moments.
It's about honor. It's about respect.
I know it's a top 10, but I thought you might have expanded it for Tom Brady. Like there'd be 12 or 15.
Nothing ever goes wrong for this guy. Now you're giving him his own show?
I'm actually surprised that every single top 10 isn't on Tom Brady already.
You don't even wait till he's retired? The guy says he's going to play till he's 45. What are you going to give him then?
Ready? Go.
For the number 10 Tom Brady game of all time, 2014, Week 5.
Funny thing about Week 5, 2014, the Bengals were dead already before that game kicked off. They just didn't know it.
Tom Brady and the Patriots sliced up the 4-0 Bengals 43-17.
Brady throws down the middle, catch is made by White. Touchdown!
Just another ho-hum, fully expected Patriots home win? Not exactly.
The week before, the Patriots got their doors blown off in Kansas City. Brady threw multiple interceptions in the second half. Looked like an old man.
Brady guns it down the middle, picked off. Pick 6.
There were people that were calling for hey, let's see what we have in Jimmy Garoppolo.
Brady was so bad, Garoppolo saw his first professional football action.
Garoppolo third scratch to the right, out of one tackle, into the end zone.
The conversation all week on sports radio. Is Brady all done? What are we going to do about Brady? I think this is the end. He's past the window. He's fallen off the cliff.
One of the Boston media reporters asked Bill Belichick, would he look into maybe switching the quarterback?
The quarterback position been evaluated?
It was completely a valid question.
The week between Kansas City and Cincinnati, the Patriots faced a lot of questions.
What went through your mind as Jimmy was going on the field? You were on the bench.
Is Brady done? Is this it? He's not a top 5 quarterback anymore.
Was this shocking to you?
Everybody was freaking out that the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick era was coming to an end.
How do you recover from a game like this, Tom?
It was the first time in a long time that you had heard, is this the end?
How quick can you throw this type of game behind you guys?
Wednesday of that week was the infamous "We're on to Cincinnati" press conference with Bill Belichick.
You mentioned Tom's age at the draft.
We're on to Cincinnati.
37-year-old.
We're on to Cincinnati.
On to Cincinnati. On to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. The first drive of that game was the most important in terms of making a statement.
The winner of this game will head to Atlanta and Super Bowl 53 on the 3rd of February. Saw that quick shot of Sean Payton. He's been here before, 1-1 in championship games as a head coach with the Saints. He and Drew Brees and company won Super Bowl 44 back after the 09 season. To the 25 it comes. Well, what do you think, Troy? Does this come down to Drew Brees against Jared Goff? I know they're not on the field at the same time, but you've got the vet, future Hall of Famer, the all-time passing yardage leader in Drew Brees taking on a young man who is facing his first road playoff test.
Well, in a way, it kind of does. I mean, obviously, you've got a guy in Drew Brees, obviously experienced. He's been in this game before. I think that serves him well. Jared Goff having won his first playoff game last week, but the NFC Championship game is a different animal.
Breeze can't find anywhere to go with it. Was under pressure eventually as Aaron Donald got there along with Fowler. And with Michael Thomas, the intended receiver, Drew Brees just threw it away. The number 8 overall ranked offense, and they've got 2 Pro Bowlers up front in their center, Max Unger, and their left tackle, Teron Armstead.
And their left guard, Andrus Peat, who had surgery on his right hand during the bye week. He was able to play last week and was effective.
Here's Kamara. 3rd and long coming up. Kamara got a yard. Forward progress will give him 2. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8. And we'll look at this defense, which is number 19th during the regular season, but they just flat out shut down the Dallas Cowboys last weekend. We were there on Saturday night.
Well, it was their best defensive effort that they've had all season long. They were suspect in the run game throughout the season. I thought Ndamukong Suh was excellent, as was Michael Brockers, along with Dante Fowler, and of course Aaron Donald is his usual self.
1, 2, 3, ready. Ready, set.
3rd down and 8. Breeze fires, pass is caught. Ted Ginn and a 1st down. Ginn was injured and not available for the Saints in that Week 9 matchup, and a guy who can still take the top off the defense is good for 9.
Well, he knew right where the markers were, where he had to get to in order to pick up the 1st down, and Breeze with time makes an easy completion, and that would have been an accomplishment had the Rams had forced a 3-and-out. Both of these offenses, the Saints and the Rams, top 2 teams in the fewest 3-and-outs.
Quick snap. Ingram picks his way through the Ram defense and gets 9. Where he's brought down by John Johnson.
You see Aaron Donald in the middle, and you're going to attract a lot of attention if you're Aaron Donald. And he gets the double team. They're able to push him out of the way. And Mark Ingram, he picks up a nice gain there on 1st down.
And becomes the all-time Saints rushing leader for yardage on the ground during the regular season and the postseason. Passing Deuce McAllister. Another quick snap, another carry, and this time Ingram is swallowed up. Play was made by Dante Fowler. A loss of 2, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Well, I've talked about it before when we've had the Saints and when we've had the Rams, that they do so many good things within the passing game that you tend to forget that these offenses are built around their ability to run the football, and these defensive coaches know it. They stack the line there on 2nd and short and make a good play to force another 3rd down.
Here we go. Ready, ready, set.
Breeze floats it. Pass. What a beauty. Kamara with a 1st down. 21 yards on 3rd down and 3, and Drew Brees could not have lofted that ball any better.
Well, you're going to see John Franklin Myers is the one who has to drop because of the coverage, and all of a sudden he's locked up one-on-one with him. Kamara, and just Drew Brees is going to locate those matchup issues, and they got Wade Phillips there. He thought that maybe they could create something within their scheme, but they isolate him on Kamara, and just no way they're going to be able to make a play on him.
Just got it away. Breeze passes, caught. Kamara again. A couple of 3rd down conversions now, 14 yards on 1st down, and this crowd, which is quiet while the Saints have the ball, starting to make some noise as it sits at the Ram 21.
Well, they tried playing some man-to-man coverage the last time these two teams played, and nobody could man up with Alvin Kamara. Few people can. But there's some communication issues in the secondary on that play, and just enough in order for Kamara to get a step.
Whoa! Mike 2-6, Mike 2-6. Ready. Ready.
On 1st down, Breeze comes back to his left and just throws it away. Arnold, the closest one to it. Remember, this was a Rams defense that held the Cowboys to 1 for 10 on third down last Saturday night.
You need to get over
Breeze and company, they've converted twice on third down on this first possession.
And that was a difference in this game, Week 9, Joe, was how successful the Saints were converting on third downs. They converted 58% in that game, and they were also 5 for 5 once they got into the red zone. So these are critical moments in a game and important parts of the field in order for the Rams. Yeah, you've given up some yards, but can they make a stop?
Breeze faked it to Kamara, comes back to the far side of the field. The first catch for Thomas, but he's covered by Talib. It was Michael Thomas against Marcus Peters for the majority of the day, and Michael Thomas just went off against the Rams in week number 9. 12 catches, 211 yards, a touchdown. That time it was Talib working against him.
Yeah, not all of those catches were against Marcus Peters, but the dagger that essentially ended the game was the 72-yard touchdown when the Saints had just a 3-point lead with 4 minutes to play, and that was not covered very well. But you're going to see not nearly as much man coverage in today's game from the last time they played.
Timeout, New Orleans. Play clock was winding down, and Drew Brees will come over to the sideline and talk to Sean Payton. Let's take a look back at Week 9. Touchdown Saints! Tie game!
And this dome has gotten awfully quiet.
Hey, we're going to travel Marcus to him, and that was fine by us. We really like that matchup.
He's gone!
A lot. Tell Sean Payton we're going to see him soon.
So they combined for 80 points. The Saints, which at one point they had a 21-point lead in the second quarter. The Rams and Jared Goff came back to tie them, but the Saints scored the last 10 points of the ball game, and it's because of the result of that game that this game is in New Orleans and not in Southern California.
Yeah, and we thought it might be. We thought that might be the result. The Rams were 8-0 at the time. The Saints were 6-1, and it was a playoff atmosphere here. So a lot of discussion about the crowd noise. The Rams certainly have to deal with that, but how much louder can it be compared to when they last played?
You can just feel the tension in this stadium right now. At the 19, it's 3rd and 7. Breeze to the end zone. Pass is dropped by Arnold. Had it for a moment, couldn't see.